Welcome back to the game room, where sometimes 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 3, all the time chuckleheads sit around the table and talk video games.
It's true, we do.
With me tonight, Right Guy?
Diagwich.
Which language was that?
It's Irish, actually.
You mean what?
Gaelic?
Gaelic?
I was gonna
What?
say.
You know, I read it from a kid's book.
Okay. Okay. That's a good source. It's a good source. Crisco?
Yo.
JB?
I'm gonna hit everybody with the Boba Fetty Wop.
Boba Fetty Wap. And our special guest for the night, D-Will, Dan Williams.
Oh, who are you people? Where the fuck are my pants?
You'll get your pants back.
Dan's looking for his pants.
From downtown!
Tonight, we're going to talk about the Smash Brothers news that came out of Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about the awful pay-to-win models that have come out this week from Activision. We got some retro-style news from ColecoVision. JB's going to give us that. And we're going to talk a lot of Kojima, because...
Poor Kojima.
Well, no,
Actually, no, not anymore.
Poor Kojima?
he'll be fine,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
What they did.
I'm sure.
Yeah, no, he'll be fine.
So we'll kick it off with Right Guy. What you got for us?
So it's pretty much old news now because it happened on Tuesday and the internet moves at light speed. But there was a final Smash Brothers video that Sakurai and company came out with, and everyone's already seen the news and everything. But Cloud, they talked about Cloud, who we all got a chance to play with earlier. Another Fire Emblem character in Corrin.
You sound disappointed.
No, not at all. More Fire Emblem characters, just more.
Is that all it is
I
now?
want
It's
DLC.
there's like 6 of them.
Pack
It's
Super
six.
Fire Emblem Brothers?
It's Smash Emblem.
It's
He
like
looks-
what they did with Pokemon Trainer. They're like, you like these? Now we'll just split it up for you.
He looks OP as fuck, man.
With that
Turning into a
lance.
goddamn dragon. That fucking lance. I guess Shulk had the longest reach for his forward smash. Nope. Now Corrin. All Corrin. But what I'm most excited about is the inclusion of Bayonetta
Why?
as a character. Why?
You played those
I
games?
just think it's first of all, thought of left field, which I think is great.
That is true.
And even though supposedly she led the polling for the Smash ballot in Europe, and she was in the top 5 in the US, a lot of people are saying that the Smash ballot was just a ruse to say that Bayonetta won, even though Nintendo and Platinum have kind of been, sleeping together for a little bit here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The conspiracy was that it was supposed to be DLC anyway.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
they just went ahead and said, yeah, that's who won.
Instead of coming up with another character?
Well, a lot of people were suggesting that Banjo was actually the one that everyone voted for.
Would you have gotten Kazooie or Banjo?
Kazooie.
Would you have gotten Kazooie in the
Jambo
backpack too?
Kajamba.
I'm not even sure what you just said.
It's Kazooie.
Banjo
It's-
Kazooie.
Kazooie.
It's the version of the game you find at like the dollar store.
It's the Chinese knockoff.
Bamboo Kajooie.
The Brazil only release.
In Shovel Knight, he was supposedly leading the pack at one point, but I think, Bayonetta 2 was made exclusively for the Wii U, so Nintendo and Platinum are pretty tight, and they're doing Star Fox, so they're probably like, throw Bayonetta in there, but that's fine, because I actually think she looks really amazing to play as. Like, those combos
The high
she
heel
can pull
guns.
off, good God.
I was interested in that crazy time control thing that they showed where she basically stopped time and
Yes.
then blasted one of them with the
With the
bellows.
Witch's Weave or something.
I don't know what it was supposed to be called. She just basically stopped somebody in time and then hit him with the wind thing.
Yes.
And then it all hit at once and they were just like,
I actually know what it's called.
Tell me.
Friendship Ruiner.
No, that is most certainly the exclusive Kirby/Bowser.
As long as her ultimate move is the one, it's like that Sailor Moon-esque transformation that they have in the video game.
Yes. She summons, whatever the fuck that demon's called, and it gets
No,
ridiculous.
let's be real. Nobody's played that game for longer than 5 minutes.
They should. What's wrong with
I could
Bayonetta?
go probably 10.
They did a
You
good
catch
job.
my meaning?
They did a good job too of not making her too over-sexualized for the game, but
What?
still being true.
I don't know about that. Did you see that video?
Look, the game is rated E
Yeah.
for all,
Mm.
but they had to turn it down a little bit. Like in the actual game, like her hair becomes her clothes pretty much, and they didn't really do that. So, but I thought they did a pretty good job on her, and I'm excited.
Rated E for everyone, ergo that means perverts too.
you gotta cater to everybody in your audience.
Here's what I'm most upset about: no ice climbers. What the fuck?
Hey man, you can't
Wow.
handle it on the 3DS.
Yeah.
I'm really pissed that the 3DS pretty much killed ice climbers. That's
think that-
bullshit.
do you
There's no
think that's
pretty much
true?
about
Yes,
it.
because
No, absolutely
You don't
not.
think so?
Absolutely not.
why?
Absolutely
Why?
not.
They couldn't get 4 Ice Climbers running on the 3DS, and because Sakurai wanted to keep the rosters the same on both versions of the game, there go Ice Climbers. It's bullshit.
I think that the 3DS, especially the new ones that they have now, can do...
What, the new 3DS?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they
It did augmented reality, for God's sakes. It's got to be able to handle Ice Climbers on the screen.
I don't see... Okay, maybe if that's not the case, why cut the Ice Climbers? They're awesome, clearly.
Because we already
Running with the trend of Nintendo, they just...
For anybody who didn't see that, that was the middle finger that Dan was giving.
They brought back Lucas, a character who has not even appeared in the States. They can bring back Ice Climbers.
They could.
They could, but they won't.
Nah.
They're gonna let people like you just cling to the hope and dreams.
Maybe I'm
Even though there's for sure nothing else coming out of Nintendo for Smash Brothers now. That was the last announcement, right?
Yeah, so whoever didn't get their character in...
Like you.
There's gonna be a lot of people raging that no Isaac.
You know what though, everyone... You're not going to be able to please everyone, man. What do you want, everyone in the game?
Depending on who you ask, yes.
Yeah.
Then it's not Smash Brothers anymore.
Every Fire Emblem character you could ever squeeze under the disc.
Yes, literally the entire roster for 12 Fire Emblem games.
Just have a separate character slug screen for Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah, half of them are just one-handed swords anyway, so like, there's no variants. And they all have counters. All of them.
Great. Fantastic. Keep it coming. More Fire Emblem. Come on.
Robin doesn't have a counter.
I know. I know.
You dirty Robin player.
So out of what, like 7 Fire Emblem characters, 1 doesn't have a counter?
Was there one character that you guys were hoping to get in that got the snub? Like, I hope for Bomberman. I thought he would have made a perfect addition.
Bomberman would have been cool.
Yeah.
Bomberman would have been pretty
It's
cool.
just too bad that no one gives a shit about Bomberman anymore.
I don't know about hoped, but I definitely expected them to come out with Inklings, and they just didn't.
I thought so too. I really thought so too.
I thought we would have seen Shovel Knight.
You know what? Maybe for the next one. I don't know. Shovel Knight would have been good.
The one character they were obviously missing was Slippy.
Oh, but they would have made the most
I would actually probably
overpowered.
be really good as Slippy. Yeah, because I'd just be terrible. And then
Does he have a
I'd be like, get this
projectile?
guy off me!
Does he have a projectile you can throw?
No, he just rolls off the edge of the stage.
Every one of his moves.
Is it call for Fox or Cat?
It's dual barrel roll.
Yeah, they can do his final smash. Barrel roll!
And he just
You
rolls.
literally just like roll off the end of the stage. People just jump over you.
Alright, see ya, Slippy. So, anyway, yeah, that's the last round of characters. It's come to an end.
So, what do we think about Cloud in the game? You guys have played with him a couple times, right? What do you think, Chris?
What? No, seriously though, Cloud's an interesting character. I mean, with the whole limit break system, you have to charge it up to get better versions of your attacks, and it's very Little Mac cross like a Fire Emblem character.
Yeah, it's Little Mac, but better because you don't lose it.
Well, and you also have a lot of different options for it. Any one of his B1 moves can be limit break.
Right. I like the wave you throw on the limit break because it hits pretty hard.
Yeah, and it's multi-hit. People, as soon as somebody lets go of their fucking shield because they forgot, you're boned.
You're right there. Boink.
Yeah.
The stage is amazing. The Midgar stage.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
The music's good.
Yeah, and the music's great. I wish they would have put in what's the name of the song that they play when you first get off the train?
Bombing Run or something?
Yeah. I wish they had that too, but they've got the normal battle music and then the boss battle music
Yeah.
from 7.
Those are the
I
only
was a
two
little-
songs?
There's
yeah.
only 2 songs on the
really?
stage. There's
I
nothing else
was
to
a little
select along
sad
the
with
Switch.
the music selection. I mean, it's
No
good
one Wing
music,
Dingle?
but it's exceptionally small.
Yeah, they could have gone for a song or 2 more.
Yes.
Those are the only 2 songs you need. Look, come on.
I think Bombing Run would have been good though.
It
Well, I
would've
mean,
been.
No,
If you-
and when you win, you get the victory music.
Yes, yeah, like they did great service to him.
So when I beat the single player, or like what's it called, classic mode and then arcade mode or classic mode.
Yeah, classic.
Classic mode and then what's the other one?
Oh, All-Star.
All-Star.
All-Star!
It gives you the congratulations in the Final Fantasy VII font
Oh, does it?
with,
Nice.
with like the green splash.
Wow.
So I thought that was a nice little touch.
Nice.
So, all right.
Alright.
Anything else on Smash?
I'm just waiting to play tonight.
Right,
Woo!
tonight?
Retiring the belts,
Yeah.
for those who
last,
don't know.
last Smash night for the house.
That's right. Woo!
God.
Grand finale.
So
We've come so far.
A controller will be broken.
at least one.
And Hearts.
At least one.
Kingdom Hearts.
We'll just have to go buy a full new set of controllers after tonight.
That's all I got for Smurners.
Chris,
Emma.
talk to us about Activision and its silliness.
Activision and Bungie both have officially gone to the dark side. Activision recently announced that they'll be selling as DLC that you can basically pay to win and get perks with real cash. Which, what? Like,
It's a microtransactions.
It's microtransactions of the worst variety. Any kind of pay to win scheme for a game that you've already paid full retail price for is bullshit.
Yeah, so
I believe it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It favors the rich.
Like, I would rather see 1,000,000 units of horse armor than one single unit of anything that provides a solid in-game advantage in a game that, like I said, you've already paid full retail price for. Like,
I love that. I love that Oblivion is forever the yardstick that we use for shitty DLC and in-game purchases.
Absolutely.
But that's just it. Like, horse armor is a shitty, just ridiculous purchase, but it does fucking nothing, and it was in a
$1.99.
single-player game.
$1.99.
How much?
Yeah.
Yeah, how much
They're
do the
cheap.
perks cost?
I don't know about the perks specifically. I didn't find anything about pricing on that. But the other point, I actually do know a specific price attached, and that is, like I said, Bungie turning to the dark side. They have officially announced that in Destiny they'll be selling an item that will level up any character from 1 straight to 25 and max out one of their subclasses. Just a random consumable. And this item, which, by the way, saves you probably 5 or 6 hours of playtime.
Are you worried that you're not going to get the full experience of the story by using this item?
I don't give a shit whether you get the full experience of the story or
Not
not.
story.
Exactly, that was the point.
It's
You just saw it on his head and went,
It's just for lazy people. For lazy fucks.
yeah.
It's the start of them going down a very, very bad road.
Let's be real, who still plays Destiny?
You'd be surprised how many people do.
They're all on
Actually,
PlayStation 4, by the way.
Yes.
Well,
As
They're
a
on
result.
PlayStation 4.
It's better on PlayStation 4.
That's what I hear.
That's what they tell us.
Brought to you by Sony.
They do get all the interesting stuff first, like they got a bunch of new strikes. But anyway, not the point. This one-time use consumable that will level somebody to 25 is $30.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
That's more than $1 a level,
Ooh.
if my math is correct.
You know who else is doing that too?
You know,
Blizzard with World of Warcraft.
just sucking us dry.
Yeah, I think they're auto leveling
yeah.
characters to 80 or
The-
like 10 below the new level cap for the
Well,
next
they-
expansion or
they-
something.
They
always-
used to
they
do
always
that
do
if
that.
you
Yeah.
pre-ordered expansions, you would be able to.
They've been doing that for a while.
Have they?
Yeah,
They've been doing that for a while.
But that
And
wasn't
it's-
so much pay to win as it was you buy the new expansion, and obviously you're going to be new to the game.
Hey, hey,
Well,
where you get?
a lot of that was the a perk for reactivating your account.
Okay.
They sent you like in-game items.
Yeah, but it's nothing new.
No.
So I didn't realize it was. When did that start? Like Burning Crusade or something?
I want to say it started
it's
like back.
After Lich, whatever the
Yeah,
one
like
after Lich
Lich
was.
King?
Yeah.
After Lich.
After Lich?
Yeah.
The Panda one?
I think so. I don't know. I stopped playing at that point.
The Kung Fu Panda one?
I do know that I've seen it on the Panda ones. It'll be like, when you start out, level your character to 60 or 70 or whatever
Yeah.
it was for that one.
Well, yeah, because nobody wants to play the vanilla anymore. They just want to get straight into the expansion.
That's how people go.
I tried. I gave WoW a shot. Couldn't do it.
I never played it.
I got stuck in whatever desert that is where you're like around level 40 and 50 where it's nighttime
nice.
all the time. Yeah, it was awful.
I don't think
died a
Dan,
lot.
I
I
don't
lost
think
years of my life in that game.
I don't think Dan knows I don't PC.
Sorry?
I don't think Dan knows I don't PC.
No, I know. I've listened to all the episodes.
Yes.
Oh, hey, thank you.
He's probably our
Achievement
most
unlocked.
avid listener.
Achievement unlocked.
Yes.
Can you put that?
Why? That's the achievement. Just why? Question mark.
Because I was in the car. And I was already stuck there
You actually
driving.
lose
So.
gamer score for this achievement.
So we're talking Kung Fu Panda 3, right?
Yeah, confirmed on this podcast.
Jack Black.
Okay.
Woo!
Looks terrible. Saw the preview for it today.
Yeah, no.
Looks bad.
Wait,
Haven't
there's
seen the
a
other
third
two.
one?
Yes.
Yeah, they had a commercial for it when we went and saw Star Wars today.
Yeah, the preview ran with Star Wars,
Oh,
as well as. You look bummed out.
well, I didn't see Star Wars.
I had a ticket for you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was spoken for.
No. I asked everybody, and I'm like, hey, who wants to go? You missed out.
It's true.
You got anything else for us, Chris?
That's all I had on that.
Yeah.
Fucking
Evil,
Bungie.
greedy
Fucking
bastard
Activision.
companies.
Fucking Activision.
Damn it.
It's because people keep paying it, man. If people
That's
stop
true.
paying it,
That's
shit
true.
just- they might stop doing it.
I knew it. It's definitely a problem of today's age, but looking back to yesteryear.
Have the good old
Jack?
days.
They didn't do that in yesteryear.
No, they didn't. What did they do?
That was a segue and you missed it.
You did.
Yeah.
On purpose, too.
Just to fuck with the system.
John just put me through my paces. I appreciate it. I'll just stare at you and go,
So, you guys remember ColecoVision?
I do.
What?
Well,
Heard of it once or
anyway,
twice.
they're coming out with a brand new retro console called Coleco Chameleon.
I saw it.
And basically, it's coming in the form of a failed startup that was Retro VGS. They were asking for 1.5 million, and they raised only like 87,000.
Ooh.
Jesus.
They got 50 or 60 bucks.
And so
It's like one guy was like, why not?
Missed the projection by just a little bit.
and so then Coleco was like, oh, we'll just slap our name on it, and then everyone else went, oh, okay, well, cool, that's what we'll do then.
I didn't even know Coleco was still around. Like, what have they been doing the past 30 years?
They've been lying.
Hiding.
So what's
waiting.
it supposed to do?
It plays video games.
Oh, no shit.
snaps.
I will
Specifically, is it
buy
supposed to be
one.
like a Retron, or like are they gonna have? Is it just like an emulator?
It plays video games.
So you read the title of the
Eight-
article. You didn't actually read the article.
8-bit, 16-bit, and
Cartridge based?
32-bit. Cartridge-based.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Thank you.
I might have heard that they're going to release new games for it as well as
Yes.
playing old games. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
I like that idea.
That's,
So what-
okay, so that makes more sense because if it's just playing old games, I'm like, what's the difference between a Retron 5 and this?
Well, I mean, you gotta
Besides having to be like, oh look, I have the new ColecoVision.
you gotta figure the amount of new games for it will probably be very, very, very small.
5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6. That's probably the number exactly as well.
I see indie devs flocking to this if it's going to take off.
Well, yeah.
It could be very indie heavy.
Was Pure Solar? Was that Genesis game
Yeah,
that
yeah.
came out a few years ago that they brought to Steam and all the other consoles?
I wonder if they'll bring it to Bit Bash next year.
Oh, that'd be pretty
That'd
cool.
be pretty sweet.
Well, that's a good thought.
It'll probably end up like the free market on the Xbox 360 was when you go to the indie games,
Mm.
and it'll just be nothing but zombie Minecraft versions.
Well, I mean, looking around this room, it sort of seems like retro is in favor with the people at this table. So let me ask you though, would you buy?
Probably not. Not right away, at least. I'd have to see. I'd have to see what was coming out on it. It depends on the cost too, because if it's like $100 or $150, and there's a couple of games I want to play on it, and yeah, I'll probably pick it up.
If it's better built than a Retro Duo or a Retron 5, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Cause I know that there's a lot of quality issues with those systems, and
Yeah.
I have the Retro Duo, and the sound is shit, man. It's just
My
awful.
Retron 5 doesn't like to play SNES games. At least not. It doesn't read them very well.
So if it's built well, I'd pick it up.
Yeah, that's a good question. Do they know? Do they know where it's going to be manufactured?
They did not say.
Okay.
Foxconn.
Ooh.
Probably not. I hope not.
It'll come with like a USB controller. It looks like an SNES controller.
Yeah, it looks.
Inside of like a more modern dual stick controller, but the thumbsticks are on top. No,
Now, is it all conceptual right now, or is it actually being manufactured?
it's
right
being
now?
manufactured.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I'd pick it up.
I'm wondering what stores would actually carry it.
You probably.
It would probably be little game stores.
Yeah.
Just
That,
replay.
or it could be like the Retron and just online retail. Like that may have been what you said. You were
Yeah.
talking that direction, and I couldn't hear you.
Well, and I mean, for my Retron, I got it at a mom and pop retro store in Chicago. I didn't get it on Amazon because they were sold out.
People play games.
No.
The exchange.
Where's the
Video
place we
games
find
then
Shining
and
Force 2?
Video games then and now.
Yeah, game then and now. That was the joint. It's like down the street from where we had lunch that day.
Free plug.
For where?
I don't. Video games then and now.
I'm pretty sure I actually bought mine off ThinkGeek.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think I can
That
see
store
it.
was disorganized as hell.
It was dirty.
Yeah.
Like just piles of
What
games
store?
everywhere.
Many old
Video
game
games
stores
then and
there.
now.
Oh,
On the near north side.
We did find Cheetah Men 2 there. Remember? That was kind of funny.
And then promptly walked away from it. It was expensive. It was crazy.
But if we hadn't gone in,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have found Shining Force 2.
It's true. It's true.
Boom.
that's all. That's all I
That's all I
got,
got.
Chief. Yeah, that's it.
And on the Coleco.
That's end. Now segue.
Snap. Oh, there is no segue to me.
Oh, okay.
because
Just have a
just takes
segue
this shit
come
over.
through the screen and.
no. So the big news out of Japan for Sony fans was that Kojima, after leaving Konami, is going to start his own studio named Kojima Productions. Surprise, surprise.
That's a stretch.
And he is partnering up with Sony to release a PS4 game. I've heard and read conflicting reports. Some say it's going to be a PS4 exclusive. Some say it's going to end up on PC eventually. Some say it'll be cross-platform. Some say the next game will be all platforms. No one really knows. I'm sure he has no idea either. But it sounds like Sony thinks it's going to be their console first. No idea what the game's going to be. No idea what anything is. There's no definitives yet, but he's officially outside of Konami's control,
Good for him.
which is
Good.
good for everybody, especially after the Video Game Awards last week.
The debacle.
Yeah, I'm still really glad Keighley called him out on it.
Yeah,
They
you should.
deserved it. That was a real scumbag move, and
Konami is a company that is just in disarray.
They're apparently still hiring up people for the next Metal Gear Solid game
yeah.
that they intend on.
Do they own the
releasing.
rights to that name?
They do.
Yes.
Yeah, they own Metal Gear.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, a Metal Gear without Kojima is like a Zelda without Eiji Aonuma.
It'll happen eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah. He'll die at some point.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody dies.
Every.
Spoiler alert, Shepard dies.
Especially Shepard.
If Sony didn't need another feather in their cap, man, they sure got one.
Yeah, their exclusives look pretty solid for next year.
Yeah.
I know. I'm looking forward to Uncharted 4.
As you do.
Cannot wait.
It's going to be pretty sick.
Yeah.
So
Not a whole lot of news about Kojima. Obviously, it's big that he's going to Sony. It seems like a first party kind of deal. But what I wanted to kind of dig into your guys' heads about is if you could pitch a game to Kojima, if you could tell him that you wanted to see a specific game made, what would you tell him to make?
does it have to be a game that is already
No.
just
No.
any game? I
No,
can
free
think of.
reign. You get just imagine me.
You're Kojima.
I'm like 10, 15 years older looking, jet black hair, glasses.
I'm pretty sure he's like
There's a hell, yeah, I
no
was gonna
English.
say. You're gonna need to update that a little bit more.
I thought about getting printing off a big Kojima face on a stick. I couldn't get around to it. We're gonna do that eventually.
We don't have the
though.
budget for that.
Yeah,
It's not in the budget.
We'll roleplay like they do.
There's
on
our
XP.
budget right there.
Oh, it's all right
I'm
here.
kidding.
So, if you get him make any game, Ryan, what would you pitch to him?
God. The first thing that came to mind actually was just an updated version of Snatcher.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Oh, did I steal
that
your
was
thunder?
exactly what I was
Did
gonna
I steal your
say.
thunder? I'm
That's
sorry.
fine.
I'm sorry.
What would you have him do?
You know, I know the first Snatcher was more of a point and click. I'd like to see him actually kind of flesh it out more like a third-person shooter with the steampunk elements. Maybe still make it more like detective emphasis, but not just a point and click and clicky.
Right.
That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
For PlayStation 4, I think they can make it amazing.
Hmm.
Sorry for stealing your thunder.
That's A-okay.
Okay. Ooh.
Kriska?
Personally, I'd love to see him make a fighting game of his very own.
A fighting game?
Ooh.
Yes.
In the style of?
Either in the style of, like, Smash, PlayStation All-Stars, or just Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Hmm.
2D.
So 2D?
Air combo.
Yes.
I can see that.
Which one?
Air combo. Air combo.
With people just jumping into the screen the whole time, and you're like, you spend the entire match 20 feet in the air.
Yeah.
The whole time. The whole time. You're like, how? What? Gravity? Question mark? No? No?
It's a bunch of super-powered assholes fighting each other. What do you expect?
Superpowered assholes. fighting each
Superpowered
other.
assholes! Kojima fighting game!
That's just, every
just the
game that he
title.
makes is just gonna it's just gonna be like Kojima racing game, Kojima fighting game, and they're just gonna be weird as shit.
And obligatory 2-hour long cutscenes.
Yeah, you can just you'll be in a racing game, and halfway through the race, like a giant robot will show up, and then the 2-hour cutscene, and then the credits will roll, and then you finish the race.
There must be credits after every stage.
Yeah, after
After
checkered
checkpoints,
flag.
after checkpoints,
Checkpoints. Oh, shit, Jesus.
it's like
That sounds
outrun
awesome.
style. Outrun style.
One race takes 6 hours.
Buckle up.
With Kiefer Sutherland as the voice of the car.
Oh, there you go. Damn.
So you're suggesting a Knight Rider style game?
I was gonna say, so
Yeah.
so he's
Yeah.
More like
Making
Spy
Kit
Hunter.
into a race
More
car.
like Spy Hunter.
That's ooh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But instead of a car, you're a robot. On
Who's
the
a
freeway.
robot?
You are.
What kind of robot?
Are you a robot driving a car?
You're a T-Rex shaped robot that
damn.
Now this shit's just getting out of hand.
Kojima will do. Did you play any of Metal Gear Solid 5? It gets weird.
randomly a ninja shows up
Yeah.
and helps you out,
Yeah.
and then you squish him.
And he was a real big pussy in the game before, and now he's just all of a sudden a badass.
Who can also use his man-high heels to hold his sword.
Hey,
This is what Kojima specializes
One in a row.
in. This is in his wheelhouse.
But when he shows up, you can use the sticks to slice everything up.
Yeah. And one of the bosses will be like a cheetah for some reason, like
Yeah,
a metal
but
cheetah.
you know what?
But you'll have to
Actually,
do
that
something
boss
really weird to beat
sucked
it.
ass.
I remember
It
like
took me
watching
like
him play.
3 hours to... Because that boss, the whole reason that boss was in the game was to perfect the dodge mechanic.
really?
That was it.
Yeah, well.
The dodge mechanic wasn't in the game. It was terrible.
I remember watching him for about 20 minutes.
Oh.
Just completely failed. And then I left and I came back like 2.5 hours later and he was still there. I'm like, nope.
That game, you know, the characters
No.
in that game looked great. The, like, Nintendo 64 style cardboard backgrounds that were in that game, I was just like...
Oh.
But, I mean, the whole point of the game was to use the sticks like this to chop stuff up.
Which game was that? I don't remember what it was called.
Vengeance or
Was
something.
that-
Resurgence.
Something like
Is
that.
that-
Metal Gear Rising.
Oh,
Metal Gear
Metal Gear
Rising. Yeah, it was
Rising.
after 4.
Yeah, the Raiden one.
Yeah, the Raiden one. Where it was basically Ninja Gaiden with Raiden.
Yeah.
Ninja Raiden.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap, son.
Damn, here we go.
So, Spy Hunter?
No, actually, what I thought about earlier was like when we talked about it, like a Legend of Zelda style game with a Kojima twist to it, because it would be, like I said, if you got Tarantino to direct Episode 9,
Yeah.
it would just be ridiculous. Or a new Zone of the Enders, because I haven't really spiked a controller in a long time.
Forgot about some of the enders.
Now, would you try to get him to use the Zelda like Legend of Zelda characters, or just that style of game?
No, I'd want to be a Metal Gear in like Hyrule. Like you got to go and then you get like the railgun, and you got to go and then you get like
The hookshot.
the missiles and then at the end, actually, you know what? Just reverse the roles in Metal Gear. You're the robot and you've got to try to kill Snake.
So you're just
That's some that's oh god, what was that called? The one where you're the zombies trying to kill the 4 people. Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead.
That's some Left 4 Dead shit right
Great game. Great good times played in that game.
Man.
Left 4 Dead? Oh, absolutely.
Left 4 Dead.
So yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous because that's what he does so well.
He does, and it's only getting crazier.
It's getting nuts.
John?
Well, I would love to see him bring on Suda
Okay.
Oh
and
shit.
team up with him to give us some sort of like buddy cop kind of game
Buddy Casting.
that's just completely over the top.
What's Suda's best known or most well known game?
I'd probably say Killer 7,
Killer 7?
or
it's
God
almost
Hand,
certainly
maybe.
Killer 7.
Yeah, probably Killer 7.
Wasn't that
Yeah.
the cell
Oh no,
shaded
no,
one?
Yeah,
No More
it's the
Heroes.
cell
No More
shaded.
Heroes. I'm sorry, John. It completely went right over. Yes,
Man.
I would say No More Heroes.
I was expecting a little bit of help. It came. It was just a little late.
Came late.
Like me.
Giggity.
John, I like where you're going with this, by the way.
But yeah, no, I think those guys are just two peas in a pod. You know what I'm saying? Like their styles are very over the top, somewhat similar. I think they'd make a great game together. So some sort of co-op game. There's not enough co-op game, especially 4-player co-op games out there. So give me some sort of multiplayer co-op game between from those guys. You know what? I want those guys to be the playable characters in the over-the-top sort of.
Would you be Kojima or the other guy?
Oh man, I think what you do in this situation is because everyone's gonna want to be Kojima. So I'll take Suda because
Yeah.
it's usually the unknown one that gets like the extra boosts.
I'd take Suda wearing a luchador wrestling match.
So would this go with like
Yeah.
an Army of Two
Mask,
style
mask.
or like
Yeah,
like
well,
Kane and Lynch?
I know where you're going.
Oh, it'd be more over the top than that though. It'd have to.
Oh,
be,
yeah.
because
Oh, no,
it's-
that's- yeah.
yeah.
But
Cell
no,
shaded or realistic?
Cell
graphics?
shaded, absolutely
Yeah,
cell shaded.
Hyper violent.
Hyper
violent.
If Suda 51's involved, both of those are given.
Yes, absolutely. That excites my jimmies. You're rustling my jimmies, John. Don't stop.
As everything stops.
As everything stops. So you stole a little bit of what I was going for because you used the IP that I wanted him to go with. Again, I don't think he could because I'm pretty sure Konami owns own Snatcher. I'll grab it here in just a second.
Yeah, I would say it's sitting right behind you somewhere.
Definitely Snatcher-esque. The only problem I see with that being is that it's very future punk. It's very, that Cyberpunk 2077
Sure.
is right there.
Yeah,
and you've got Deus Ex, same thing. Like it's
starting to become a floating.
Yeah, it feels like it'd be kind of a saturated, but it's Kojima, so he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
But what you suggested, like more of an open world kind of thing?
Yeah, more of an open world, but still kind of had that detective, like exploration kind of aspect, kind of like LA Noire.
Yeah.
But just better.
Seeing it. The problem with the original Snatcher was the action levels were just awful.
Sure, yeah. Didn't you have to use the light gun?
You either use the light gun or you use the D-pad just to point in the right spot of the screen to shoot.
But I could see
that sounds kind of awful.
No, it's not good.
I can see Mass Effect like conversation style, but then just more emphasis on action and could be good.
Could be good.
Could be good, my friend.
Pretty good. Or go Telltale style.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
episodic.
He is a storyteller.
Make it episodic and make it either cell shaded, like deep color cell shaded, or anime. Because if you're doing that, very specific, very small, constrained type of scenes, you could draw that out, and it would look just like an old LucasArts game.
Nice.
So why wouldn't you go more of like an artsy aspect, like a Transistor or a Bastion?
You could do that too. I guess at that point it'd be whatever was cheapest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Transistor looked gorgeous.
Yeah, it did.
John.
You guys were saying it was a flooded market and then named 3 games.
It will be a flooded market.
I'm just saying.
Don't try to discredit
plenty
it.
And that game borrows so heavily from Blade Runner that it's not even like the Snatchers pretty much do replace people, kind of like the replicants do.
Sure.
Like it is very much a heavily inspired game based on like Ridley and Scott and stuff like it's already very not original, and then it's going to come out around that kind of stuff.
This sounds more like the Arnold Schwarzenegger 5th Day movie.
The 6th day?
It was the 6th day or 7th day.
I'm pretty sure it was
Which-
7th Day.
Is it 7th Day?
No, it's 6th
Because
day.
it
I wanna
was
say it was
because
6th Day?
it
I think it
was.
was 6th day.
Either way, we all know the movie we're talking
Moral
about.
support, Steve. Get on your phone.
Nobody knows what movie that is.
Find
because
out what
let's be
movie
real,
that
nobody
is.
saw
End of
it.
days. I don't
I
know.
saw
End of
I did.
days.
I saw it on cable once.
I saw it. No, End of Days was when he was fighting the devil,
I
wasn't
know.
it?
I saw the
No,
movie in
it's
the
End of
theater,
Days.
That's what it
and
said.
the best line of the
you're right.
movie is like, "Hey, you should make a clone of yourself." Why is that? So you can fuck yourself.
Do you remember at the end of that movie? He's like, so it's him and his clone, and his clone's running like the helicopter company
Dude.
he had, and he's like, "They're your family too." It's like,
Well,
and you're just like, "Wow."
That might be the worst
that
Arnold
movie-
Schwarzenegger I've ever heard.
And I've never claimed to have a good
Do
one.
you remember that movie opened with the XFL, like in its
Yes.
prime?
Yeah.
Because
God.
the
XFL.
football player
XFL.
breaks his neck.
Yeah.
They replace him with a
When was the
clone.
last time you heard that shit?
When I saw that movie.
It's the 6th Day.
Yeah.
I told you it was the 6th day. So, real quick, last bit before we sign off for the night. Real quick, what's your favorite Kojima game?
I'm gonna have to go with the original Metal Gear Solid. Changed my life.
On GameCube or
I did.
on
PlayStation.
PlayStation?
I prefer the GameCube one. I mean, yes, the GameCube one.
The GameCube one?
Yes. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 1, amazing.
Chris, go.
Metal Gear Solid 2, actually.
Shock.
I loved the last fight in that game. It was great.
That was pretty badass.
A lot of Metal Gear Rays.
Yes.
A lot of them.
and a really big rocket launcher.
D-Will?
The first Metal Gear Solid. I don't know how many.
Metal Gear Solid?
I don't know how many times I beat that. I don't know how many
4?
times.
Is it 4? Is it number 4? You beat it 4 times?
No, I probably lots.
9
Bunches.
times.
Bunches of 9 times. Bunches of times.
Yeah.
JB?
Mario Brothers.
Nice.
You know me too. I changed
Didn't
my mind.
think about that one.
I changed my mind.
What?
MG1.
Okay. I might be probably the only person in the universe, but Snake Eater. Metal Gear Solid 3.
Nice. That was
Alright.
a solid
Did
game.
you legitimately beat the sniper, or did you?
Yeah, I legitimately beat him.
Did you? Or
I
did
didn't
you
know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah,
you could
you
wait
could
him
just-
out.
Yeah, if you...
No, you just go into the settings and you
change the date
change the
to-
date, and he starves to death.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Or just don't play for like 2 weeks. It's the same thing. It's just the clock it bases it on.
Yeah.
And then you just there's a cutscene with him dead in the grass or something like
And
that.
I think his bird talks shit to you or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Anybody got time for that?
That's exactly what they say. Said,
10
"Oh,
years
Lord,
before it
it's
was a thing.
Yeah.
No, I really dug the camo system, and not having to be around a wall every time to hide somewhere.
I did think it
You
was a
could
little.
hide in plain sight.
I did think it was a little weird in that one where you would stab the snake and it would turn into a ration.
Yes. Yes.
Because you never actually
Yeah.
You never
ate
cook
a
it.
snake.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
never
yeah.
ate a snake.
Yeah.
You ate a ration.
That pooped out of the snake.
Yeah.
They
Maybe-
eat a snake in the army now.
They do.
No, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Metal Gear Solid 2 was good because then you get the guards that piss themselves.
Yes.
The
But you gotta get their dog tags from them.
Yeah.
The la
You get them to shake. You point the gun at their nuts and they shake and the dog tags.
Anyway, this has been the Game Room. I'd like to thank everybody for being here tonight.
Episode 30.
Episode 30.
Woo! Festivus Special
the big
Edition.
trio.
Nice.
So, just one question for you, John. What do you think the outro should be?
Well, there's a guy at the end of the table, and his name is Ryan.
I think I've heard of him before.
He's got a funny hat on, and I think he normally hits us with an outro.
Right, hit us with the outro, buddy.
Don't hit you with the outro. Okay, here we go. Alrighty, kids, and remember, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this podcast with you.
Very good, very good.
Hey, what do you
High
think?
five.
High five.
Stunning on my pants.
Get it, go, get it, go, get it. I have more force. Then we get a high five. We got a high five. John, we got a high five. Oh, there we go. Yes. I like that.